I recently listened to a talk by Michael Singer, which really resonated with me. I find I need to listen to his talks more than once to take in all that he says. I really wanted to absorb his wisdom and insights in this talk, and decided to go over it and note certain insights. These are points that stood out to me, and Michael Singer adds contextual situations and insights in between during this talk. I wanted to create sort of a condensed version of this talk I could visit again. Perhaps you too will find this helpful. Some is not the exact wording he used, and I do feel like getting the full context is important. This mainly just resonated with me. If you fight with your mind, you will lose. Will not solve this problem. The best you can do in battling your mind is suppress, and suppression does not work. If you want to have a deep, meaningful life and really grow deeply spiritually very quickly, you have to go to the root of the mind to find out why the mind is doing what it's doing. That journey is your entire spiritual journey. Once you solve the mind, it's over. You'll see it just happens by itself. So you watch and try to see, why does the mind say what it says when it says it? If you look deep, you'll see that it is that you care about the outcome and what's going to happen. You will catch on one day that as long as you care about the outcome, your mind will never stop. You will have continuous problems, and you will worry about every single thing that's going on. Things are what they are. Enjoy them and experience them when they're happening, and then deal with the next thing. If you do that, the mind will stop bothering you. But you won't be able to do that until you understand what's really going on. The first is that the mind is the cause of every problem you have. Then you have to see that that's because the mind has preconceived notions about how everything should be, and it really cares about them. So now you have to question, why am I doing that? Why am I making up what I want and I don't want with my mind instead of experiencing life? What you'll see when you look deeply, I'm not okay. That's probably the deepest realization and most honest thing you will ever come to see. You have to look within yourself and see, I'm not okay. And because I'm not okay, I need something. I want something. I'm really using everything and everybody to try to be okay. That's what's underneath all of it. The mind is trying to figure out how to control and manipulate everything to be okay. Either you're trying to get things to be okay, or you're trying to avoid things that you think will make you worse. All this disturbance is because you're not coming to grips with the fact that it's not okay in there. You must realize that your solution is not outside, and nobody owes you anything. Every moment, you do the best you can with everything you do, and you could care less what happens. That's yoga. That's the essence of spirituality. When you do that, you look outside and say, the world owes me nothing. I'm here to enjoy and experience and express and serve, not take. And as long as I'm not okay, I'm taking. Your starting position is realizing you're not okay. You have to be willing to look the enemy in the eyes. Just look right at it and see it without trying to solve it and without freaking out. Until you can do that, it's going to run you. When you have something that's not okay inside, your mind starts going a mile a minute. And what you learn to do is not listen to it. You don't have to do anything about it. You just notice this pattern, and the more it's not okay, the more this sucker talks. You're trying to use things to be okay. When you cease to do that, your whole relationship with your mind changes. You have to be comfortable with the fact that there's something inside you that's not okay, and you learn to sit with it. Now, once you can sit with it, then something very great happens. You sit there and look at it and you say, why would I not be okay? You sit with it and one day you say, I don't care what happens. I'm going to do the best I can at everything, and I don't care what happens. Wait till you see what that does. It cuts off your thought patterns and undercuts the very reason that your mind is so active. You're only scared because you care about the outcome. You do the best you can because of the joy of doing the best you can, and you literally do not care about the outcome. The question is, are you enjoying the experience of your life? You are so busy caring. Sit there and say, I don't. I'm indifferent. That's your mantra. The question is, am I enjoying the journey? You're given this life on this planet, and you're going to die. And you're a fool if you are not enjoying every single moment of the experience. How do you enjoy every single moment of the experience? Do the best that you can, for the joy of doing the best that you can in the moment. The only rational thing to do is to enjoy what you're doing. Why? Because it's what you're doing. Say to your mind, you are no longer employed to solve my problem of not being okay. The moment you hear your mind talking, don't listen to it. And if you don't, it will stop. Summary: do the best you can at whatever you're doing and let the rest go. Your mind will stop, you will enjoy your life, and you will be a blessing to everything around you. Side note, Michael Singer has a temple in Alachua, Florida called Temple of the Universe, and he gives free talks 3 days a week. Quite amazing, if you ask me. He also has a number of books and has done a few interviews on Oprah and a few other shows, podcasts. I am pretty sure Oprah was his first interview.